Hello and Merry Christmas to you, judges. I'm going to be presenting my bounty project for the Reactive Contract Hackathon. So, what I built, I call it Predator. So, usually in DeFi protocols, users end up hunting for best yield points, but then they end up losing most of the profit they made to danger zones. Sorry. This is very dissatisfying, and usually when users want to monitor points that can help them escape this, it's really hard because you need to do it manually or you need to have a bot, and not everyone can. So I think the active contract is really good since again they really monitor the on-chain events, right? So the goal of this is to make more use while escaping danger zones. And how I'm doing that is I'm using stress versus yield point. And you're thinking, what does this mean? So, and predator boards, right? When users deposit into the board, they earn shares, right? And it is routed between Aave V3 and Morpho boards, right? So we use the vote monitors stress versus yield signals. So this means supply rates versus liquidity constraints, withdrawal rates, concentrated liquidity, everything that makes yield go higher and drops, right? We calculated and measured in yield versus stress. So what happens when the event is taken, right, by the reactive contract from the sources we provided, right, our subscriptions, and the event is used to calculate the stress versus yield, and when the goal is met or when the condition is met, React is called and it calls back to evaluate and rebalance, which is in the vote manager. And what it does is checks the votes where it's currently deposited at the active source, right, and it checks what is going on. It just switches to the vote with a much better yield while also escaping predator points where you don't have to lose a lot. So that is it. Yeah, so you can see it pokes. It's really cool. Okay, so I have a very minimal front end, but then I have a makefile. So if you want to go through the makefile and check how things work, and if you like CLI, you can thoroughly use the makefile to interact with the bot. So I'm gonna show you the front end and how it works. So currently I'm deployed on Sepolia and Let's, and I'm using Morpho votes and also Aave V3, just to be clear. Okay, so we have a little home where it tells you about vision, which I've already mentioned, to get more yield while escaping all danger zones to actually get the value of what you worked for. So we have Lasna and Sapolio. You can switch between the networks depending on where you want to interact with, right? So I'm going to go directly into the actual contract. I'm sorry, I'm speaking fast. I don't want to take a lot of time. So we have the deposit and we have the redeem, but first I'm going to go with redeem because I do not have enough USDC. Okay, cool. So I'm going to redeem just 5. My stuff is on. Okay, redeeming. So I'm redeeming just 5. It kind of sucks that I'm not using my Brave, because with Brave you get notifications, and I didn't add that in the front end because I just wanted it to be simple for demonstration. So I didn't get notification that this happened, right? So this is the contract address. It's going to take a while because usually your transaction has been added to the stuff yet. So this is the vote address, right? 2B, and that's the same thing, 2B. So I'm just going to wait till it is added to the block, which is going to be like a long time. So while you're waiting for my redemption to work, right, let's talk about, let me try again. I don't know why it's taking so long. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I was trying to redeem a lot that I actually have in assets. Oh lord. I didn't even notice. Okay, so no wonder I didn't come so fast. I expected it. Let's just say 3. Okay, one. Let's say 9. Okay, let's just go big. Okay, let's redeem 9 now. It's not going to fail. Oh no, why? that I had enough gas. Um, 5. Okay, finally. Cancel. Do not have enough gas. Okay, finally, this one's gonna work. I have enough gas for this little match. So, yeah, redeeming, which is going to work now. Finally, that I have enough gas. Redemption. Yeah, so 5 seconds ago, redeem works. Yay. And you could also see it on the last, but then I'm sure it's now loading, so it's not really going to show right now. But let's come back later, it will be there. So let me demonstrate the deposits. I'm going to deposit just two because I don't really have a lot. Okay, so you see there's a 10 now, right? It's going to increase. Okay. Approving. So I'm approving the vote to spend the amount of USDC. Okay, now I want to deposit. See, approval is now 2. And I'm depositing that is estimated shares. And I'm not using min shares because the way I'm doing it is guaranteed that users can be able to get more than they actually did when they are trying to redeem. So that's why I'm not having a min for out and n. Okay, so they deposited. Let's check if it worked. Well, okay, it's going to be deposited soon. The reason why I'm trying to check is I'm not using Brave, right? So it's really hard to know if it goes through. Brave what directly tells you there's 3 transaction even when it's loading, but I can use my Brave due to some reasons. Oh, so it worked, right? So deposit, it's here. Great. Okay, now if I load this should come. It's going to load, but in the meantime, while it's going to make reflecting here, I like to discuss everything from the reactive point of view. So when the user deposits, right, and the conditions are met, now it calls this evaluates and rebalance, which automatically checks the stress and yield between the endpoints you're using, the voice you're using. It could be Merful, Ave, Little, whatever, right? And it just, and when the vote has depth, I just cover the depth, or you can top out it down to reduce the vote. So let's check if it's actually here. Oh, see, actually worked for both. That was very slow. I don't know why. Usually it works very fast because I've had a zillion examples. I've tried it a zillion times and everything was fast. All of a sudden, when I want to make a video. Okay, so this is everything. I hope you like the project. Thank you. Bye.